Hello, welcome to today's program entitled Wisdom of Senior Yogis. My name is Tom and I'm from London and I've been meditating for over 30 years. Today we have a very special guest with us who's been meditating for far longer, over 54 years, Sister Chandru, who is the director of Brahma Kumaris on the West Coast, USA. So, first of all, I'd like to welcome you all to meet Sister Chandra. Welcome, Sister Chandra, to today's program.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming. And of course, today's topic is the Indian festival of Raksha Bandhan, and exactly what Raksha Bandhan has to tell us for the West, the journey of spirituality, the interesting perspective of the East, and exactly what Raksha Bandhan can mean for us in the West. So, without further ado, Sister Chandru, please do tell us a little about the festival of Raksha Bandhan and what exactly we can learn about this festival in the West.
Raksha Bandhan, very special for every Indian who grew up in India, who created this atmosphere of brotherhood and sisterhood. Basically, it is once a year. The festival comes around in August time, and it's a full moon, and biological sister ties to her biological brother a thread, and a thread is called Raksha, and a bandhan is the bond of protection. Raksha is the protection. So traditionally is that. Now that's how nowadays is celebrated. So every home is the very special occasion, because the purest relationship amongst all the relationship is with our siblings, our brothers and sisters. We grow up together, and that innocence and that love, the selflessness, the little bit quarreling, little bit playing together. So that brings in that little silky thread that makes sure that yes, I am with you.
So are we saying that in a way it represents forgiveness, understanding, compassion, acceptance, tolerance, unity, all of the wonderful values and meanings of spirituality then?
Because it has legends behind it, the myths behind it, scripture stories, the history behind it, so much that makes lots of sense to it, because it has a story of victory, story of purity, story of protection. Because of all this understanding and just ritual itself seals that bond, that yes, I am with you. Because meaning is that brother gives promise in return when sister ties the thread to
so the
brother's
sister ties
right
the thread
arm
to the brother,
and
then
the
isn't
brother
there some
gives
exchange of gift also?
so gift is, the brother gives tangible gift, sari or very
Cash,
monetary cash, and
so it can be very popular.
Sister looks forward to it, I tell you. And then the brother gives also promise that I will take care of you, I will look after you. And so that's how sister feels secure, assured that yes, I'm loved and I'm taken care. The teachings of Brahma Kumaris taught me that we are all brothers and sisters, and we are children of one God.
Coming into the West, that yes, as you mentioned, that there's many different beliefs and faiths across the USA, across Europe and many countries. So you made this transition, and for some passion, the passion to serve, the passion to help, to care, to love, to be very genuinely there for people. So despite the cultural changes, you still managed to sustain yourself for such a long time. And this is because of the support system in the Brahma Kumaris, or this is because of your own practices of meditation and wisdom and knowledge that you have. Tell us a little bit.
For what it is, before I tell to anybody else, I had to feel it in my heart.
Right.
In my soul, that yes, we are all one family. And to experience that and then relate to others. If I just tell you, you are my brother, with what relation? And when in India, culturally, we call everybody male members of community brother. But brother, bhai.
Ben or bhai.
Ben or bhai. But in Western culture, that's not the practice. Oh, I'm not your brother. So that was shocking for me.
Sometimes the opposite is.
Or I'm not your sister.
Yeah, it can be taken the wrong way.
Yeah, it was shocking in that sense. But when I really understood and practiced and felt, then I had no problem of relating others.
So the identities, the physical identities, male, female, young, old, this religion, that religion, this faith, that faith, you were able to see through all of those shells into the self, the soul.
It's through the practice of my meditation, my soul consciousness, the teachings that we use in a daily practice, that I am a soul, I am not body. And
when you say soul consciousness, what exactly
soul
for our viewers,
consciousness
what does
is
that
that
mean?
being, knowing myself, who I am really.
Yeah, right.
And so that we call soul consciousness. That means I'm not a body.
Reconnecting with yourself.
Yeah, reconnecting. I'm not body, I am a soul, I'm a star, I'm a spirit. There is no difference of
So all the same.
color or caste or country or anything like that. So it becomes very easy that way. You can, because how I can relate to you as my brother, you don't look like one. And so, but how I look, you and me look like, same is a star here.
Star.
Yeah, the spirit is the same. There is no color change, there is no country change, there is no religion
idea.
change, is the same.
It's a very beautiful notion, but in practicality, how do we experience that? How do we get this sense of self? Because, we have the therapeutic approach, we have the educational approach, we have the sociological, the unity, the family, we have many different levels of reaching that sense of self-awareness, and many spiritual practices. When you talk about the star, the self, the being, tell us a little bit about how you get that.
It's not just the theory, it's practice. Right. Every morning I wake up and tell myself who I am.
But you wake up very early, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Then you reassure, you remind yourself who you really are. If I identify I'm an Indian lady and came from this and I'm different, no. I'm the same, like everybody else. So that reassurance of myself and reminding myself and begin the day with that, then I can
So you're going
relate.
beyond the physical identities, you're going beyond the role, mom, sister, brother, auntie, uncle, worker, job, driver, whatever the role is, you're going beyond that role.
Yes.
And then you're going deeper than that, though, from what you've said. So we're going beyond the feelings, beyond the thoughts, into a dimension of what?
So that awareness, that practice made me accept in a Western culture all our brothers and sisters. And when then I take the Rakhi to them, they accept.
Sure.
With lots of regard and lots of love. And then that person next to his or her feelings passing on to that feeling.
Through the feelings?
Yeah,
so
the feelings.
You're talking about the atmosphere changing through the attitude.
Right. Atmosphere changes, the notion of being together, the competition, jealousy, or helping my brother or helping my sister in that matter becomes easy, because then I'm not your enemy or competitor. So the Raksha Bandhan brings so much of that into reality, because the world we live in is not brotherly and sisterly world. We are all very, very different. We speak differently, we eat differently, we walk, we do everything different, and yet we cannot throw each other away because it's the same world, the same sky, same earth that we are standing on. So these teachings, the practice, awareness brought, and the ritual makes it more profound. I do lots of interfaith work too, and bringing all the religions together and going beyond all the differences of all the religions, the fundamental spiritually is all the same. I believe in peace. Oh, Christian, I am believing in peace too. Then why are we fighting for?
But why are we fighting?
Why are we fighting for?
I mean, you know so much, you have so much
Yes,
wisdom,
right.
you're sharing that. Thank you so much for what you're sharing, by the way. It's absolutely interesting, and I'm sure the viewers are sitting riveted, watching, hanging on to your every word. In relation to peace, in relation to unity, in relation to the meaning of Rakhi, integration, acceptance, love, all of these very important factors that we find we're struggling. People are struggling with these things. People are seeing, you know, we are identifying with each other as with so many levels of differences. But this Rakhi brings us together. It cuts through that, doesn't it?
I believe if Rakhi is sent to every borders, every political houses, you know, like White House and all the parliaments and in every school especially, so that makes difference. You don't need guns then. You don't need to kill each other, because this is the bond of protection. Where is the protection then? Who we are protecting ourselves, physically or spiritually. We killing souls before, then we kill the bodies. So because spirit is down, spirit is dead, and so we have to reawake that spirit. And Raksha Bandhan, the thread of Raksha Bandhan, does that job.
So are you talking also about the reconnection with the self also, not just in terms of the protection of the family, of the social setting, but also the protection of self-awareness? Because
that's who we are afraid of. Ourselves.
We're afraid about
our evil, our own evil. I'm not afraid of you. I'm afraid of my fear, my insecurity. And so if I have that firmness within, then I am not afraid.
But how do we do that? Because we're surrounded by so much upheaval. You switch the news on, it's another problem, another issue. Many people on so many levels are working towards this. But how do we do that? How do we achieve this sense of, I'm okay, the world's not okay, the situations aren't okay, I can't do anything about A, B and C, but I can do something about myself?
What happens that I am immortal. That's what I learned from my childhood.
Immortal.
I am immortal. I am beyond death.
Right.
I am beyond hurt. So I reassure myself.
So you mean not the body?
Not afraid. Yeah, not the body.
This physical form.
Body is going to die one day anyway, no matter how I'm protected, one way or the other, through the disease or whatever, accidents or. So then I am very sure I am always there. So then my neighbors can hurt me, my enemies, because I have no enemies, they cannot hurt me. So I am forever. Then I'm not afraid. I travel all over the world by myself, in a strange country, within a strange people, unknown people, no language, all that, because this reassurance of I am a spirit.
So we're talking about fearlessness.
Yeah, that makes you comfortable and protected. More than anything, earthquake happens. It's only a few seconds. But the fear of that,
this is the thing.
It doesn't last long.
People catastrophize, sabotage.
Right.
They're worried.
Exactly.
We don't know what's going to happen next, and we get these news stories constantly bombarding the senses, the sounds, the images. So isn't it natural that we're going to feel those things, though?
No, it happens only once.
But how do
But in our mind, we relive, and we relive. So even truck passes by, we think is, because I live in San Francisco, so we think it's earthquake. but it's not
Right.
really. It's a truck passed by and shook your house. And so we relive in our mind, so we are afraid. We're
So you're saying
creating
the imagination is-
catastrophic world we
Yeah.
live in. Actually, it's
Sure,
not.
sure.
We are well protected right now. We are in comfortable situation. We are talking, we are having a cup of coffee together. So that's not happening with me right now. Yeah, happening somewhere. We cannot deny it's not happening. It's happening, but not right now. So I no need to afraid. If I'm afraid, I'm sending that vibrations.
But do tell us, how do we control the imagination? Because, the mind, is very active. We have so much information to take in, and isn't it natural that we're going to sometimes think the worst of things and worry, and adrenaline and rapid heartbeats and excessive thinking and overeating and self-medicating and all sorts of different types of behaviors which aren't very productive. So are we saying here that we're somehow able to get a grip of the imagination, we're able to calm the self internally with this practice, to regain the self in some way? And how do we do that?
It's with the practice. You don't have to afraid all the time. Worry is not real.
Worry is not real.
Worry is not real.
It's imagined. It's not fact.
Imagination. Your imagination
Yeah.
that, oh my God, what's going to happen?
Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's
what next?
Yeah, it's
and
what
then
next,
instant
yeah.
reaction.
Right.
Instant
yeah.
adrenaline.
So
instant,
it's not real.
It's not real.
And we think that it's real, and that's all
we do
these
feel this,
problems,
don't we? We
overeating,
do.
depression, all that happens because our imagination, and then we become succumb to that, and then we face the consequences.
So you're saying one is the action of worrying,
Yeah.
and then are you saying that we're attracting that?
We are attracting. It's
Really?
not there, really. It's not there because nothing we can do or change by worrying. So another meaning of Raksha Bandhan tying, the knot means a firmness.
Firmness.
Firmness. That knot is the firmness that I am not afraid. I am not worried. That's firmness to yourself. So it's a very significant the note that you
very
tie
beautiful.
with that. And so you carry. It doesn't have to be Indian or Hindu or Christian or Western it applies to everybody. I can do that. I have a firmness in me. I can tie the knot every morning, every day, throughout the day, and then I remain protected. Then I am not attacked by worry or tension or fear or anything. So it brings lots of depth to ourselves, and then you're happy, you're walking along, and because if car has to hit you, it will hit you, but you not hit in your mind 10, 20 times.
Fascinating. So we were talking about self-sabotaging thoughts, feelings that we can't really do anything about. Circumstances are as they are. Could you tell us a little bit about the practice of being able to get some emotional distance from these kind of thoughts, the rapid thoughts, the feelings, and the imagination? How do we get some distance?
Human being means feelings. If you don't have a feelings, you don't live. So how to get away from negative feelings?
So we can't escape them.
No,
they are
we
as they
can't
are.
escape. No, but it's supposed to be there.
Right.
It's supposed to be there. The Raksha Bandhan is also the festival of feelings, the brotherhood, togetherness, the family. That's how we live.
So,
With the family, with country, with religion. So that's what Raksha Bandhan is all about. And so if we don't have a feeling, we don't live. But if we have a good feeling, we have a good life. If we have a bad feeling, we have a bad life. So when we go away from bad feelings, but how can we do that?
So you're in control of that?
Only way to do is to have a good feelings. I cannot chase away bad feelings.
But how do we control that?
You can control by practicing. It's how you control your car.
Through the practice of meditation.
You drive and then you can talk and drive at the same time, because it's a practice. So we have to keep reminding ourselves, keep our knot of Raksha Bandhan tighten all the time, not only once a year, but every time, every day, every morning. We have to remind ourselves and tie our knot tightly so it doesn't become loose.
So we don't have knots of feelings and thoughts and emotions, but we have the knot of determination.
Yes.
To ensure that we keep that space and we don't generate any more thoughts that we need to. And we keep things very simple and keep it in the moment. And through this practice of yours for many, many years, you're now in a position that you can manage many different things at once.
You use one good word, is simple.
Simple, sure.
We make life complicated. And we think life is complicated. Situations are complicated, which is not. You have a way of seeing things in a different way, in a straightforward way, in a simple way. And so when we have that simple way of looking at things, then we are happy. When we make things complicated, one thing we do is waste of time, which we don't have more than 24 hours a day. And so if I make complicated situation, then I solve it and then I use it. How much time gone? But if I accept the way it is, then I'm saving time and I'm along the way to solve it and enjoy it about. Okay, so doctor said, oh, you got a cancer. How much time I have? How long I will going to live? No, don't make it complicated. Accept it and start treatment. And then you get better faster, rather than going in a depression, worrying, all that, So accepting it, that's also part of our positive feelings. Because I could be dead before even I die. So that's not the point. So Raksha Bandhan is also reminding me to be immortal, to forever. We are all together. Once I tied Rakhi, the thread, to 500 delegates of maybe more than 40 countries in Brazil, in interfaith, with all religions, all Muslims, Hindu, Buddhists, Christians, all kinds of Christians. And first they were reluctant. What is going on? And then we demonstrated. We say, okay, 2-3 people, fine. But then everybody wanted to accept it. Okay, let's do it. Let's tie, let's show, let's demonstrate. Sometimes talking or thinking or believing it, if you demonstrate, it does more work. And so let's tie, and you're my brother forever, like that. So I'm not, at least those who 500 of them tie each other, they were not going to become enemy. We are still friends. We meet often, you see, and still that sisterly feeling for me personally that they have. So it's to demonstrate sometimes. That's why these rituals came into existence. It's not that everybody is my enemy, but to demonstrate you are my friend. This Raksha Bandhan is very significant ritual that I'm showing you, you are my brother. You are my family. We are one family of one God. And that is how we are coming together. And if we want to live, we live that way. And we are happy.
So acceptance, change, keeping it simple, unity, togetherness, and happiness really is the real aim. Sharing and having that experience together. It's very touching. What you've shared with us today is extremely touching and very moving, and I'm sure many of our viewers today will think differently. about the thoughts, about the things you can do something about, the things you can't do something about, the difference between those things, and enabling people to know that there are options.
Yes.
And it's a really beautiful experience. So thank you so much for being with us today here and sharing your wisdom, and I'm sure the viewers will be really enlightened by the many varieties of ways of understanding Raksha Bandhan. So there you have it. A very interesting topic today, I'm sure you'll all agree. The Raksha Bandhan, so keeping it simple, acceptance, understanding, tolerance, kindness, and really reflecting on what it really means to be reconnected with yourself. So thank you so much for watching our wonderful program today, and we look forward to seeing you very, very soon.